Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Cream Show, and today, this is episode 2 of Neat Freak. Therm isn't here right now. She is in LA doing a bunch of grad school stuff, so whatever. She doesn't appreciate Scotch as much as I do, so let's get on with it. Now, last week, we reviewed Red Label, and as we know, it looked like piss and it tasted like shit, and I'd recommend mixing it with anything. Now, that was one of the first blended scotches I bought, the first being Johnny Walker Black. Now, in terms of the blended realm, Johnny Walker, I believe, is the most commercially produced. And today we're going to start off in the single malt realm. Again, with one of the most commercially produced makers out there. Now, this was the first single malt I bought, and this was back when I was a noob, and I didn't know a whole lot about Scotch. And so I'm guessing that it's probably in just about every liquor store that's out there, just because it's so commercially produced and it's so popular. Today, Macallan 10-year-old Fine Oak. This is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. And one of the best things I like about Macallan is the shape of the bottle. So look at this. I love how it starts off thin and gets thicker. The only thing it needs is little rims around there, make it look like Bioshock-ish. I don't know, it's just me. This is 40% ABV, 10-year-old. Note the color. You can obviously tell that is an oaky, oak cask filtered. And, of course, we are going to use the standard Glencairn drinking glass. Oh, hey, Maxwell, how are you? Hey, buddy. Sorry. Maxwell, get out of here. We're going to use the standard Glencairn drinking glass. I recommend these if you are into Scotch. It's a great buy. Set of 4 runs you about 40 bucks, but it's definitely worth it. Oh, Maxwell, get out of here. Sorry about that. He's very curious. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's begin. I actually had a friend at a party once who opened up, just pushed it like this, tore the cork in half. It was not fun. Alright, so we're just gonna a little bit. Now, this was my first single malt when I did not know a whole lot about it. And suffice to say, I kind of wish I did a little bit more of my research first. So let's get a better view of that. I wish I did a little bit more of my research first before buying it, just because I really think that just starting out, there are much better options. So let's take a look at the color. Kind of looks, at least from here, like apple juice. A very light amber. It has a little bit of sway in it, especially when you go around the glass. You can see bits of the alcohol rubbing along the glass, slowly working its way down. So it has some legs. Again, it's a light. It looks like the Red Label, but not so much. The smell. Wow, the smell. It's oaky, very fruity. Several types of nuts. Almonds are definitely in there. Let's see if I can get some more. Definitely berries. Like kind of not campfire wood, but the smell you get when you're around a lot of foresty area. It has a great nose. I mean, it's very delicate, very light. It smells quite good. And so hopefully this won't be an issue in the future with Macallan, and I'll get to that in a later part of this video. But now, the tasting. Very fruity to me. Hey, Maxwell, how you doing? Very fruity. Very very nutty, lots of berries. It kind of just, it's not very smoky. Again, this is more of a light and delicate single malt. However, this is still, it's good. It's good. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. If you are a fan of, if you want to start in the single malt world, Macallan 10 Fine Oak would be a great place to start. Let's see if I can get some more. Again, I get a little bit of berry, a little bit of almond, a little bit of oak, some little bit of nutmeg. Kind of hard to fully distinguish that, but needless to say, it's quite good. I would definitely recommend this. I definitely do not mix this. Whatever you do, don't mix it. I would not recommend ruining this just for mixing it. Now, the problem is that I am concerned, believe it or not, about I would say I am concerned about the future of Macallan. That being, I'm sure you are aware that, well, let me just, maybe not, but if you are aware, Macallan, they're switching from this type of label where you see the age statement. They're switching into a bottling where you don't see the age statement, and they're going to silver, gold, stuff like that. So I've seen one picture of Macallan Gold online, and it looks like Macallan 12. The Sherry Macallan 12, I don't know for sure because I never tried it. I'm guessing this is going to turn into the silver. But the problem is that the reviews I've seen so far on Macallan Gold and Macallan Silver are not good. They're saying that the product is inferior compared to the bottles with the age statement on them. Now, granted, that's only from me reading. I obviously have not tasted them. I don't have a bottle of either. You know, I know what Macallan 10, 12, and the cask strength tastes like. They're all great. But I do not. But the silver and gold, at least on Reddit, on some of the reviews, they're not particularly good. So, oh, Maxwell, stop it. They're not particularly good. So, I mean, really, if you are thinking about this, definitely do it sooner rather than later. And that is because, you know, it's worrisome to think that the quality of the spirit is going to be affected just because, oh, you know, we're making it more mass-produced, we're trying to dump out more bottles faster, and it's really affecting the Scotch. This ran me about, I think, like $37. And I live in Seattle, so that's before all the Washington State liquor taxes. It's like 20% up here. It's ridiculous. So I would recommend this. This is quite good for a beginning single malt. Of course, there is one better option I could think of in terms of a beginning single malt, and we'll get to that in a later review. But so far, I definitely recommend it. It's quite good. Personally, I'm more of a fan of the more peatier, more smokier, and scotches myself. But I definitely recommend it. If you're not really much of a sherry type person, the oak is the way to go. Yeah, I recommend it. It's good. Just make sure if you really want to try this, get a bottle with an age statement on it before they change it to the product of inferior quality in the silver. So then again, that was Macallan 10 Fine Oak. I definitely recommend it. It's a good Scotch. Certainly worth it. Again, you know, that's all. I would recommend it. I definitely, if you are into Scotch, if you like a naturey, earthy type taste, definitely get it. It's definitely worth it. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. More importantly, for sticking around. I know these can get a bit long, but again, feel free to subscribe to the channel and like the video. And as always, have a great day.